배경은 프라하 성입니다.
체코가 전 세계에 1위 하는 부분이 세 가지가 있습니다. 첫 번째는 교섭이랑 두 번째는 우측에
say you chose to walk, give what we had away. I hope you get what you're looking for, but babe, with me, you close the door on everything we could have been. Don't go thinking we could be friends. No, you can't bring us back from the dead. 'Cause when you know, you know, and when you don't, when it ends, it ends. When it ends.
Hello, hi. Okay. Yes. Can I cook it?